Just now getting ready to head to Florida. Obviously, a team that's as talented as anybody you'll face. Just kind of talk about, I guess, your initial thoughts and going to Gainesville.
Yeah, I'm glad we're playing well because we're playing well in all three phases because that's what you get with arguably the number one team in the country. You're getting a team that's played the most consistent baseball that most people think for an entire part of this season to wherever we're at, 40 games or so. Starting pitching's front line's as good as anybody. They've always defended well. It's been a trademark. And I think, we played them first SEC weekend here last year when we were able to get the sweep. But one thing they've done consistently all year is played offense at a high level. And they got India that's been a great hitter for a while. Remember Schwartz was a freshman year, but the year he's having, and then the new junior college transfer they got coming in, it's just been a star. And I think he was a player of the week. So they're everything that they've been in the past, and it's just been a consistent, explosive offense that they've added to the repertoire that makes them probably the best team in the country. The reason why I say I'm glad we're playing decent in all three phases would be a great measuring stick for us and a great opportunity for us. I don't think in our remaining games that we'll play anybody south of 40 in an RPI, which I think helps our program. So, including our midweeks, I think every team remaining on our schedule is a quality opponent. It's a tough road for us, but it's a great opportunity to keep grabbing a resume, keep making our team better. We're playing a high level of competition, and I'm just excited to see if we can raise our game to that standard.
Do you have a hesitation of moving Tanner up another day as a freshman, or do you feel like he can handle that and pitch on Friday?
I think he can handle it. I just hadn't seen him blink yet. So I just, the one thing I can't say is coaching is rocket science. I don't think you got to be that. I just hadn't seen him blink. I've seen him be consistent. We'll always make adjustments once we see and evaluate something, but we think we'll probably line up and do the same thing, and we'll see Singer and Mize, which I'm excited about, which I know Florida will be excited about, which I think most people that love college baseball in America is going to be excited about. And then I think, we'll run Tanner right behind just like we did. I'd hate to do something different if all my pitchers say they're ready and they're excited about the opportunity when we just, won 5 out of 6, we make a rotational adjustment, and then I just think I'd be overcoaching to try to do something different if everybody's ready to go.
Can you compare Singer and Mize? How much alike they are, or do they?
Well, numbers and success and where their position and their future is probably similar. But, Singer, I remember him having a lower slot, and the ball probably acts up a little bit more, a sinking, diving, sinker slider type guy. And, Casey's a little more over the top in a 4-pitch mix. So they're different in that regard, but they have some differences, but boy, they have a lot of similarities on the growth track that they're on as baseball players and pitchers.
Can you remember the last time you've seen the type of matchup going in that's going to be Thursday night between those two who could go 1-2 this summer maybe?
17 years I've seen some good ones, but this is about as good as I can remember. Whenever you had your best guy matching up against a David Price in the past and a Sonny Gray, and I will say I just saw Chris Stratton come off of a third great start for the Giants, who was the 2012 Conference Pitcher of the Year that I had, and there was a night in Baton Rouge at LSU that Gosman and Stratton matched up in 2012, first SEC weekend, and Stratton struck out 17 LSU batters in Baton Rouge, and we actually lost the game in extra innings 2-1. But you're talking about every major league club represented. So to answer your question, it'd be 2012, seeing Gosman and Stratton hook it up, and which wound up being a gut-wrenching night, but a very impressive. And that's what's really neat. I give LSU fans some credit here. Chris Stratton come off in the 9th inning after striking out 17 LSU Tigers. He got a standing ovation because of the night that he had. And Chris was kind of a average name at that time, a good college pitcher, and Gosman was the first-rounder type kind of guy. And Stratton just, like I said, he rose to being the pitcher of the year, and he rose to being a first-rounder himself off of that one night. And so this one coming up this Thursday, at least from a preview standpoint, and after that first pitch, who knows what will happen, but that's the night it reminds me of.
Is Casey's form okay? Where you got hit?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was stiffening up. Like if you sat for 15 minutes, I think it was one of those that you just stiffen up a little bit. But I don't think after he went to sleep and woke up that it was even recognizable anymore.
We don't know, like Cody and those guys who stepped on the bullpen. How pleased were you with what you saw out of Davis last weekend as a bullpen guy?
Yeah, somebody that basically got 22 consecutive starts, and then the coach tells you, let's do something different this weekend. Let's try a different role. And for us to get that game, I think it was 4 or 5 runs, maybe 4 when he got in the ball game, and to come in, get us out of 2 outs with multiple runners on, and then to finish the ball game. I hope it's great for him. He went back to the windup. I can just tell that Davis Daniel, Coach Smith, they're locked in, and they're just working to keep trying to grow. And I believe in Davis. I know he run a fastball up to 94 miles per hour last weekend. He's an excellent pitcher, another guy with a bright future. And it's nice for us to be able to make adjustments at whatever we think's best for the team to get our team going and our players not blink, stay a great teammate, keep working, and then going out and having success. I told him Sunday morning I've never been prouder of him in a year and a half that he's been in an Auburn uniform than I was how he handled his week, how he kept working, and he was rewarded for it by finishing in Game 3 for us.
But going into the second half, 6 and 9, and then getting the sweep, but not only getting the sweep, but at Alabama, where it hasn't happened in 42 years, and in such dominant fashion. How much did that mean to the whole psyche of this team? Yeah, because now all of a sudden you're 9 and 9 instead of 6 and 9.
Yeah, I think time will tell. I think we're no different than the majority of teams in our league, to where every game's so important. It doesn't change. That's what makes it the best league in America. Is like these last 4 weekends, you take it a weekend at a time, a game at a time, an inning at a time, and a pitch at a time. Every one of these games have huge magnitude. Our players know that. Our coaches know that. And if we can strike a balance of playing loose and just staying resilient, compete, and let the chips fall where they may, that probably puts a ball club in the best place. But, the Alabama thing's over, and we played great. And I'm really interested in to see if we can continue to play that standard and that level of baseball, just like every coach is in our league, because I don't think anybody can say they can guess what's going to happen, but nobody knows what's going to happen with the last couple of weeks, and you're seeing all these scores come in over the course of a weekend. But I'm really just worried about the Auburn Tigers and us playing our best baseball and letting the chips fall where they may.
6 teams in the West within 2 games of first place.
Yeah, and 2 games out of the tournament.
Yeah.
It's a glass half empty, it's a glass half full. It's still a month. We still just got to keep playing baseball and see what happens. But I do like the resiliency. That was 2 weeks of something that we really needed to do. Well, if you really look at the Mississippi State, that conference series, I don't think we've gotten enough credit for winning that series, because they had beaten Ole Miss, a top 10 team, right before they came to Plainsman Park. And then they go right back home and sweep a Arkansas team that had swept us a couple of weeks ago. And they've won a couple of really big series, and we were able to get that series here against Mississippi State. So, that 5-1 stretch to get us back even kind of resets us for this finish coming up.
It's really not just the